Hey guys, how you doing? Austin Hilton here with a video related to a company that I love. I'm a firm believer in. I'm a stockholder in this company, and that company is Marathon Digital, one of the preeminent Bitcoin mining operations in the world. I'm a huge fan. I'm very bullish on this stock. I think the stock is going to continue to rise. In fact, I was going to go back and look at one of my older videos. I think I had said this stock would do like $55 or $60 by the end of the year, and they've already basically hit that. The stock has risen just crazy in the last week or so. We're going to look real quickly at their chart, and then I've got a piece of information that kind of details their opportunity, really details how they are most likely going to continue to be the winner in the Bitcoin mining world for the foreseeable future. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. A lot of really cool stuff. As always, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and if you haven't already done so, please consider doing two things. Subscribe to the channel, become a member. I'd love to have you here. I release videos every single day on fantastic companies, and I'm always releasing videos that have information in them to help you understand what is going on with your favorite stock, or just keep you updated. I keep updated on breaking news related to these stocks as well. So if you would consider subscribing, do that. Also, please drop a like on the video if you're getting any type of value out of it. The like actually really helps me out. It helps the video out, helps me. So if you're getting value, I would sincerely appreciate that. So with all that said, let's get to it and let's see what's going on with Mara right now. So as I mentioned, the stock is just crushing it, and as a stockholder in this, I am really liking this. So today the stock is up 12.88%, up $6 today alone. The Nasdaq's having a great day. Obviously, we're now on a really nice run here with the Nasdaq doing its thing. But you look at the today, it opened today at approximately 48.90 and has just continued to run up. In fact, just doing really nice. Yeah, so Seeking Alpha has released an article about it. I'm going to give that to you in another video. The video that I'm talking about is not the video, the article. Allergies. If you don't know this already, if you haven't seen me on one of the videos, I have really bad allergies in April, and they kind of mess with my brain a little bit. So if I say a little word here or there, I kind of mess it up. That's what it is, I promise. So yeah, I'm going to make you another video talking about the gains after Q1 production, and that's really the reason for this, right? The article I want to talk to you about and bring you today, though, is really specifically kind of giving guidance around their mining operation and how they are becoming the dominant player, how they're outpacing their competition, Riot and some of the other guys that are out there, and just how they're going to, just by sheer amount of mining rigs, win the war, so to speak, produce the most Bitcoin. Okay, so that's really what the article I want to talk to you about here. So Mara's contracts to acquire over 100,000 next-generation mining rigs will secure them an insurmountable competitive advantage. This is news we've always kind of known about. We've known that they are acquiring these rigs, but I thought that this particular piece of information did a really good job of kind of laying out how that is going to all play out in the next, for 2021 and 2022. If you are looking to invest in Mara or in Bitcoin or Ethereum, I own some of that as well. But I would tell you that the miners, the mining stocks are just crushing it and are really sometimes outpacing the coins themselves from a overall stock returns, things like that. So just consider, again, looking at that. So Mara's $150 million investment in Bitcoin has been a home run. They invested $150 million in Bitcoin themselves. They bought it around the 35,000 range. So that's turned into about a $282 million overall investment. Really nice there. And risks abound in this market. If you are not cool with a volatile stock that's going to go up and going to go down as it relates to Bitcoin and the coins themselves, probably not a stock for you. These stocks rise and fall with the rise and fall of the coins. It is what it is. And so, but they are really good investments if you want to be in the cryptocurrency market. Okay, so as I just showed you, Bitcoin has been on a massive bull run. It's basically doubled in 2021. Since Q4 2020, crypto-related stocks, and specifically the Bitcoin miners, have far outpaced Bitcoin's gain. They have. The miners, the mining stocks, are just crushing it and killing it. Okay, and so Mara, that's really what I'm going to call it from here on out. I've always called it Mara, even though it's Marathon Digital Holding. Mara has positioned itself to be the undisputed Bitcoin mining leader into 2022 because of the acquisition of these new mining rigs that they are bringing on. And they will continue to outpace it, if the rally continues. And again, Bitcoin is going to go up and it's going to go down. There's people talking about the fact that Bitcoin is going to be $100,000 per coin in the near future, probably early to mid 2022, if not sooner. Okay, and these mining operation stocks will rise on that as well. Okay. So what to look for in a Bitcoin mining investment if you're considering either adding to your Mara position or looking at, hey, should you buy Mara? Should you buy Riot? Things like that. By the way, I own Riot as well. I kind of believe in owning both sides of the proverbial street there. So Riot, I have some shares in that as well. So each miner has its pluses and minuses. Some have experienced transparent. Some have experienced transparent management. Some have more Bitcoin cash on hand, and some have better access to cheap renewable power, and some have better access to next generation hardware. Experience counts, geography matters. I thought that was a really good kind of clarification around, or just kind of insight around kind of the overall space, right? So what sets Mara apart from the competition? They have the greatest access to next generation mining hardware. Okay, that's really what sets them apart. Okay, so this is the talking now about their mining rig purchases, which is really looking forward into 21 and 22, what is going to help them to outpace their competitors. Okay, so between August 13 and December 23rd, Mara entered into 4 separate contracts with Bitmain, the leading hardware manufacturer, for over 100,000 next-generation mining rigs. Upon full deployment, Mara's total fleet will generate 10.37 exahash per second. Okay, but at their time of their December 23rd order for 70,000 new rigs, no publicly traded miner was generating more than 1 exahash per second. Think about that for a minute. They're going to be generating 10 upon full deployment, okay? And nobody right now is generating 1. That's insane, okay? So the press releases were somewhat inconsistent in describing the specifics of this order. That's really why I wanted to bring you this article, because this particular author really went through and just detailed when the actual mining rigs were going to be actually delivered and starting to be installed, and kind of a deployment time frame, right? There's been a lot of discussion of like, oh, they're going to get them in 2 separate big orders. That's not how it laid out. That's really one of the main reasons I brought this to you, because I didn't really even know this. Each purchase from Bitmain was accompanied by an 8K filing with the SEC, including the signed contract. So these contracts were disclosed at the specific model, ordered unit price, hash rate for each unit, and anticipated delivery dates. So right here, you can pause the video if you want and look at the quantity that's going to be, and the quantity, the order, the delivery date, and when the online date is supposed to be, and then what its production will be. So you can see this is their delivery dates for all those 100,000 plus mining rigs that they bought. So there you go. Pause it if you want to just kind of dive in and check that out. Okay, but basically shows that it's definitely late. It's definitely kind of a mid. Starting in like June, yeah, I mean, you got some decent deliveries here, but they really start to pick up kind of in the June and July outside of these units. So you see, and it's really, really backloaded towards November and December. So you can check that out. Just pause the video if you want and just kind of watch that. Okay. So again, I thought this was a pretty interesting piece of information, and it was worthy of a video talking specifically about these mining rigs, because these mining rigs are the competitive differentiator that it's going to help Mara set Mara apart. Okay. So theoretical maximum 2020 Bitcoin production. It is important to note that full deployment will not be online until 2022, and rollout through 2021 will be gradual. Again, per that delivery schedule right there, right? So here it is. If you want to pause the video and look at each one of these, you can. I'm gonna go through this pretty quick because I don't want the video to be 25-30 minutes long, right? So on March 4th, they had announced plans to get 1.4 exahash by March 31. We're going to assume they hit it. If they start Q2 with 1.4 exahash, they should be mining close to 8 Bitcoin per day if all the rigs get delivered and installed on schedules. Okay, they will end Q2 with 2.3 exahash and should have mine a full 1,052 Bitcoin for the quarter. If they now start Q3 mining 12.92 Bitcoin per day and end with 4.0 exahash, they'll produce 1476 Bitcoin in Q3. And if they start Q4 mining 22 per day and end with 8.84 exahash, they'll mine 2664 Bitcoin in Q4 and 5385 for the year, theoretically. Okay, again, per, right, this deployment schedule if all things go well. Okay. So look, a realistic 2020 revenue estimate. As more rigs join the network, the race becomes more competitive. Again, you know that. If you don't know how this works, is that as more mining rigs come online, the race becomes more competitive, quote unquote. Network difficulty is adjusted by every 2016 blocks, roughly every 14 days, to keep the total amount of Bitcoin mined constant. Not only is Mara planning a 40x expansion in hash rate, Riot plans to increase theirs to over 4 exahash. Every company with access to hardware is now putting as much hash rate as possible back on the networks. There's companies that are going and getting old mining operations and throwing them back on the network, okay? So here's the thing. Mara is, again, positioned. There's a ton of content in this article, guys, and this could be a 30-40 minute video. I'm just wanting to hit the highlights for you, okay? So I mentioned earlier that they announced that they had invested $150 million in Bitcoin, purchasing 4,800 coins at a price per coin of $31,000. As of the writing of this article, it's now worth in excess of $282 million. Pretty good investment. Bitcoin is going to continue to go up. We know that, but you have to kind of take that stance of, is it going to continue to rise or not, right? And we have to kind of be aware of that. What I like about Mara is that they are executing across all fronts. They've got incredibly high profit margins, and their investment in Bitcoin gives them a tremendous asset. Their investment in the mining rigs will give them a tremendous competitive advantage as we roll through 2021 and into 2022. It's just a great company, and at these levels, it's going to continue to rise. I mean, look, it's already up. Let's see if it's gone up even today. Yeah, it's at 13%. It's up $6.39 today. So a few final thoughts. I'll keep this really brief. You guys know that I'm a fan of this company. I'm a fan of Riot as well. I think that I mean they both are the preeminent Bitcoin mining operations, and this one has gone crazy. The stock has just gone through the roof. I didn't show you on the chart. It's actually gone up about 50% in the last I think it was about 10 days, give or take. I meant to show that to you, but I was too busy getting to the information. And I'm also going to make another video talking about their Q1 production and mining operation update. And I think that, again, that other article that came out from Seeking Alpha 2 hours ago is probably what is really impacting, well, not just the article, but the overall news, is impacting what is going on with Mara today. The stock is going to continue to rise with Bitcoin rising. It just is, okay? And so if you want to get into cryptocurrency, the mining operations is probably by far, hands down, the best thing to do outside of owning the coins themselves. So hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, consider subscribing, drop a like if you got value. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.